unless you're working on your mind, unless you're working on your body, your strength, your performance, your nutrition, and you're working on your skills all at the same time, you're never going to reach your potential. Drive 3 actually started back when I was in college. I was a sophomore in college, and one of my friends and me wanted to just put on a summer basketball camp in our hometown in Marshfield. And we organized it. I printed flyers on my mom's computer, just got them out to as many people as we possibly could. Everything was just straight word of mouth. And the first year we had 100 kids at camp in a town of about 20,000 people, and by the third year, my last year in school, we had about 300 kids that showed up to camp, and that's when I realized that this could maybe be a business, it could be something that I could do full time, and it just kind of grew from there. It wasn't something that just happened overnight. It was something that gradually grew year after year, just trying to do a great job with the few small number of kids that we had at the time. And everything was just word of mouth. Everything just grew from there.
Sign drive series give you several options depending on how the defense plays you. We're going to show you how to score no matter what situation you're in. You got to be able to go by your guy all over the floor, get to the bucket, and finish no matter where you're at. Next move we got, finishing off the baseline drive. The help is coming from the top. Instead of just laying it up here where the defense thinks you're gonna be at, you're gonna get to the right side of the rim. You're gonna go up off 2 feet, show it on the left, wrap it around to the right. When you're making this reverse layup, it's important to try and get up, show the basketball as long as you can on the left side, then wrap it around. When you're working on this, don't worry about your misses. Just work on showing it, getting as high as you can, and then wrapping it around to the right side.
Well, the motivation for starting the camp was really, we just wanted to do it. We just wanted to provide an experience in our hometown for kids in the area that maybe wouldn't have this opportunity, because especially at that time, unless you were in Milwaukee or Madison or Minneapolis or Chicago, one of these, more metro areas, it was tough. There really wasn't a whole lot of high level instruction that you had access to. And we wanted to bring that to our town and give these kids that experience, and also show them a fun way to work on your game. It doesn't have to be this monotonous, boring work. It's find ways to challenge yourself, adding music into the workouts. The first few camps that we ever did, we actually hired a DJ to come in and play music during camp. So, we wanted to do something a little different to provide that experience. But the motivation for starting the camps really was, or starting the actual business after it grew to 300 kids in the last year, was I saw a lot of kids with these had big dreams, and they didn't have the access to the resources they needed to really make them come true, to really make these things happen. And so I just really wanted to help out these kids who had big dreams, try to achieve these big dreams that they had. And it was a camp that originally started, and then it turned into a club basketball program where we basically took the best kids from outside of Milwaukee and Madison, and gave this opportunity. Started out with these kids in 7th grade that have just graduated college in the last year or two. Some are playing professionally, and that's really where it started. Well, being young and at that age, I was only really, when I started running at first camp, I think I was 21 years old. But then being able to start the business, I think the thing that gave me the most confidence, there was a few things. There were coaches that I had growing up, or mentors. like Forrest Larson. My college coach was a great teacher of the game. Had people that I knew had given me kind of a blueprint to be able to teach the game like nobody else really ever had. And then the other thing really was when I was in college, my summer job was to go work basketball camps. That's what I did all summer long. I drove all over the place from Illinois to Minnesota to Pennsylvania to New York to Michigan, all over the place to run camps. And I met, I worked at what was supposed to be some of the best camps in the country at 5-star. And I also, was around a lot of really good high school coaches. And I just kind of knew that, man, if these guys are some of the best, then I'm pretty good too. And I can help out a lot of these kids. And, it was just something that I loved doing, and I knew that there was a lot of value that I could provide based on the experiences that I had. We went through the rebrand for a few different reasons. Number one was to lend more credibility to everybody else that works with us. Our company name before was Mike Lee Basketball, and that implies that it's kind of I'm the only one running things, and it's kind of a one-man show, and that it's not even close to the truth. We have a lot of great people that work with us, and I wanted to be able to give them more of an opportunity to showcase what they can do and to build their own personal brands, but under the umbrella of a different brand. That was definitely one of them. The second thing was our teaching's kind of evolved, or our philosophy has evolved over the years, kind of when we figure out what works, what doesn't, and what we need to do more. And, one thing that we have really kind of solidified as part of our foundation was that unless you're working on your mind, unless you're working on your body, your strength, your performance, your nutrition, and you're working on your skills all at the same time, you're never going to reach your potential. And you have to be able to, work on all three of those things if you want to maximize what you already have. And really a big portion of that is our commitment to, working with the mind. And everybody knows that team sports and sports in general are great ways to build character and to learn teamwork and things like that. But for the most part, those are natural kind of byproducts of the actual workouts or the sports themselves or the activities. But there's not a whole lot of people that are out there really across the board in any industry that are teaching us how to work with our mind and how to do things like view pressure situations as opportunities instead of pressure, how to really stay focused on the process. Everybody talks about focus on the process, focus on the things you can control, but you have to train your mind to be able to do those things, especially in today's world where we are, I think the average person checks their phone 80 times a day, which is, once every 10, depending on the study, once every 10 to 15 minutes. We don't know how to be present anymore. And if we don't know how to be present, we can't focus on the process. We can't focus on the task at hand, what's right in front of us. So we use different exercises, really practical exercises and tools to help kind of build that muscle, which it really is. It's just another muscle that you have to build. You're training your mind to be more focused, to not react to things, to be able to respond to things, to be able to be a more compassionate leader. Training your mind to be able to do those things, just like you work on your body, just like you work on your jump shot. You need tools to train yourself to focus on the process, and that's what we're hoping to do with bringing mindfulness into the basketball and leadership space.